So work with the views, and we need to understand the view engines. Work, because one is ASP view engine. Here we call it as view engine. Another one is Razor view engine. So the way of creating the programming, and the other one is state management in ASP.NET. Now here we can understand view data and view bag, temp data. All the differences I will explain. The same whatever cookies and sessions are used, the same thing here also we can use cookies and even sessions applications. Same as it is here, repeating. And work with HTML5 controls. Partial views. In ASP.NET, this one we call it as web user controls. For your easiness, I am mentioning here. Here we call it as partial views. And another term for master page, layouts. Work with layouts, that is for master page. Same in ASP.NET. Now database, ADO.NET. Here maximum we have ORM model, object relational mapping. So here we can have entity framework. It separate name for database interaction, entity framework. So ADO.NET is used to interacting with the database. That is one part. And now here we have to connect with the database directly. No connection, command, all the things and all. Just it is itself is acts like a class. So just we need to know where is the stored procedure is available. We just mention the stored procedure. Everything in OOPS concepts. Create a class, call the stored procedure, bind it. So there is no connection, command, adapter, all the things. Okay, that we'll see. And what are the things for REST models? And another one is here in our views, sometimes we are not at all comparing with the data types and all. Regular information we can send. But if you want to be provide, the view will be perfect. And without filling the data and all, we cannot accept all the things. So we can enhance the views here. So that is what we call it as strongly typed views will come. And the other one, directly we are binding the values to the controls. If just like a search option, if we can give an ID, select star from table name, where product ID something, then it has to bind that data to labels, text boxes and all. So then we have to use here HTML helpers. So that is what we call it as HTML helper control. Till now we know only label, but whereas here label for text box for such type of controls will come. That is what we call it as helper controls. Same as ASP.NET controls. In a normal HTML, it will come input type equal to something. We cannot bind any database information to these controls because this is client-side controls, HTML. So now what we have to do? We need to directly bind the data label for. So text equal to. Data is coming from database less than percentile and hash binding expression. Now, what is the column you are going to show here? We can say column name is product ID, something like this. Okay, so then we can close the server tag. So it is going to take the data from database and directly the data we are going to assign to label for. Okay, just for syntax I showed here. So we have to be work with these controls, and we can apply something like scripts and all. One browser will support and one browser will not support. Such type of things will come. So especially for MVC related applications, we can use even jQuery also. That is what we call it as bundling and minifications. We can apply all the scripts. So here, introduction to jQuery. So what is jQuery and how we can apply the traditional web pages to RIA web pages, rich website. And the other one called it as data annotations. Data annotations. In data annotations is nothing but something like plugins. In ASP.NET, we call as validation controls. Now in MVC, the same validation, just before we can apply prefix as required. Say for example, something like string username. Before here, we just says that required. So this is what we call it as annotation. Means whenever they are passing the data, we should be says that you have to mandatory to pass this field. And if it is regular expression, then we can write regular expression. What is expression? Exactly email ID format, phone number format, all the things. And database connectivity, same, ADO.NET and entity framework. Connectivity. Here I will show you three things: ADO.NET, language integrated query, and entity framework. Here. In .NET, we have only one approach. You created already database table. Just we are applying operations: insert, update, delete, and all. But whereas here, we have different approaches. We don't have any database, any table, nothing. But from the coding, we can create table, database, everything to backend SQL Server, reverse engine, which is not available in ADO.NET. If you want such type of things, we have to write the code. But whereas here, automatically all the fields, data types will be mentioned in a front-end programming only. Okay, so here we will see three things. Number one, ADO.NET approach. And number two, code first approach. And number three, database first approach. Caching, and then security. Even Ajax related things also we should cover in this. Okay, so in ASP.NET MVC, Razorview MVC, only language is changing, but concepts are not changing. Okay, so main another one more important thing, Web API, which is the common logic. It is a completely related type of web services, but only thing is the same business logic will support to websites and mobiles. This URL they can add to their mobile. Everything, the logic will come from the mobile to database, so that the same code will be activated to mobile interface, and the same code will activate it to website. Web services not for mobile, it is only for sites only. But whereas Web API, it is application programming interface which will be supports to websites to mobile, mobile to website. Just like a bus bookings, booking tickets, we are just opening a app, and from the app we are booking, and even you can see that booking information from website also. How it will happen? By using Web APIs. Okay, so these are all the main important topics we will cover day to day classes.
What about routing concept? Will you be covering that?
It is security. Routing means security. Okay. Here I mentioned.
Oh.
This is
Okay.
URL
And,
routing.
yeah, URL routing.
This will come because how the yesterday I told you global.ajax file.
Yeah.
This is especially we can say global.asax.
Okay.
So
and one more
we can use.
And MVC architecture and MVC page lifecycle means what you explained in Paint, that is the one, both of them is same or different?
Different. Architecture means this is architecture. Architect means what? Example, if you are constructing a building, okay? So what is building architecture? First you will take the chart and you are explaining entrance, all the things, okay? And what is MVC application flow means once you enter into one room, what other things are there? Okay, so this is overview, overall view. That means any person will make a request where it will go, and then where it will go, and again the response will come back to where everything. Okay, but every page we have seen in ASP.NET, no, page life cycle. Page loading, pages rendering, that is. So that is application flow. Okay, so architecture is overall flow, and application flow means one page how it will be processed.
So you will be explaining that in detail, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, AngularJS doesn't come into MVC. Is that a different topic or?
That is different. AngularJS is having the scripting languages in a front-end binding. We have totally, first one is a JavaScript, and the second one is a jQuery, and the third one is old, like Knockout.js. The other one is Node.js, and the other one is AngularJS. All these different companies, they are releasing different type of scripting languages for their business purpose. Okay. So what the companies will do, whoever is giving the best price and whoever is going to aware of that, then keep on they are changing. Okay, but only we have to identify the syntaxes in what way we are going to binding the data in a client side. Not in a server side. Okay, all these are all scripts.
Okay.
Say for example, here I will write 10 lines. Now the same you can write here in 3 lines. Okay. And here in 2 lines. Here in 1 line. Here in single word, like this.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are customized by the companies.
These are customized for open standards. Open standards for every product. Say for example, you need to use for Java, PHP, .NET, anywhere. These are all the things will be common. It will be support. Okay, but depends on the companies, like which one they are preferred. So they will give some updations to us, so we can adopt the updations. Already someone is implemented the previous projects. So 1 or 2 times we can see it. The same thing we can apply, like a CCP, cut to copy paste. Okay.
Like next one is scaffolding in MVC means?
Here this will come, scaffolding templates, that will be comes in a views. See, whenever you are working with views, in the sense, normally in ASP.NET we have a different options, no? Empty project, and we can have website, web application. So one time it is not giving any page, even default page also. Okay.
Okay.
But one time it will give all the things, registration, login, everything. Okay. So here, while you are going to select the view, what we have to do, you want ready-made code or you don't want any ready-made code. That means you want to do on yourself. I don't want any edit, any update, nothing. Okay. It should be generated automatically. Then what we have to do? Scaffold templates. Okay.
Okay.
So here we have create option, means insert, update option, delete option, everything it is generating the code only automatically.
Okay.
That becomes under views.
Okay. And these days, they're asking difference between MVC4 and MVC5, like async await and bootstrap, all those things. I mean, that is the main important thing they're asking, like MVC4 and MVC.
Not M4, 5 and all. That is not at all including in MVC. That is, see, plain HTML, how it is, no colors, nothing. Okay. HTML5, at least somewhat better controls. Okay. And then we have a CSS3 for adding to both HTML and HTML5. Okay. Bootstrap is a advanced, richest design, attractiveness and responsive design. Especially what is responsive design means, here in this responsive design, today you are seeing this designing in a browser. Maybe tomorrow you are opening the design in a tablet, and after that maybe you are open the design in mobile. Okay. But how this design will come? Overlapping one by one will come, but it is not going to synchronize automatically. Okay. So for the responsiveness purpose, we have to use the HTML type of HTML and the CSS, JavaScript, everything will be built-in functions. CSS3, JavaScript, all the things. This is especially for designers, not developers. Why? Because they need to be checked. This design should be visible in website, tablet PC, mobile PC, everything. So what they have to do, generally we are taking table, we are doing some percentages and all. But here the total screen will be divided into 12 size, 12 by 12. 12 by 12 means this is the complete part from here to here, right? So what we have to do, the total screen is divided into 6 parts, means middle. 3 parts means again this middle. Again 1 part means like this. So automatically what happened, maybe you opened in mobile or tablet or website, it is automatically syncing. Okay. So the design will not going to disturb. Okay. That's why they will prepare the style sheets and icons for us in the form of CSS files. CSS files they will give to us, and JavaScript files or jQuery files, whatever they used, that will come, and icons. Normally buttons we used, now what happened, colors and all. Instead of that, recently we created for one of the client, guide employee, it's a Rajamandry client. This is so normal design. See, if I am opening just for syncing this, here it is not going to disturbing anything. Okay, so it is automatically syncing to like this. And if I enhancing like this, see, along with the screen, what happened, that design also should be changed. It's not going to disturb any part. Okay. So now right click on this one, select inspect element. You can identify that here, see that form control. All the form controls will be same as that, these many, see on the above 172, 89 by 34 and all. Now here you can see middle of how many parts, 4 parts. All the things will be for parts and all. 4 parts, 6 parts, but totally 12 is the last. Okay, only the changes we are going to display our web pages, tablet, or web page is mobile, or sorry, design is in for mobile and design is for website. Normal web pages, you can observe that this content should be automatically overwriting by existing content and all. And all the controls also, according to your pixels, it cannot move. It will stop over there only. Okay, this is what we call it as Bootstrap. Okay, so if you're interested for designing, and you can go for a designer because front-end coding and then you can learn this one. Even this is available in W3 schools also.
Okay.
Okay. Can you can you explain async and await? That is threading concept.
That is in C#. We can apply
No.
coding.
No, actually, for MVC 4 and MVC 5 differences, they are giving like bootstrap, and
No, they
I
are
mean,
saying they are
yeah, can you
adding,
please check that and explain us tomorrow, or I mean, MVC differences between MVC 4 and MVC 5. This is the main question everyone is asking these days. So I'm not getting what are the important differences. Whenever I'm searching for that, I'm getting bootstrap, async, await, that one, but I'm not sure. So can you please search for
Okay,
that?
do
And
one thing. Whatever you are facing the interviews, what they are asking, you just list out. Okay. So
okay.
that I will explain. No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Why? Because whenever you are developed any application, that is not only for one user purpose. You are doing that for some lakhs and crores of users are accessing parallelly. Okay. At the time, how to be balancing our page. Okay. Obviously, internally what happened, we can implement caching concept definitely for every website, and other one is multi-threading concept also will implement. Why? Because they are visiting one page, so it will be processing for 1 minute. Parallelly, the other page also should be visible by another person. Sometimes, the old websites, you can see dumbbell shape icon should come. Please wait while the page is processing, something like that, long back. Maybe 2 years or 3 years back. If you observed any web page, afternoon or evening time, if you open, then it will shows the messages like that. Okay, because that is completely server side. But nowadays, what happened? It is completely client side, and we can balance the pages by multiple users. Okay, and I think so. You have observed it. Wait. This is async programming. What happened explicitly? We are saying that don't do anything until 1 minute. Okay, so until 1 minute, what it will do? It is going to processing parallelly another processor. See here, what are the services are running in your PC? You can observe the priorities here. CPU. Now the priority for Zoom 4. Immediately what it is changing? 3, 2, 1, something like this. So it is internally applying what? Threading concepts. Okay. Asynchronous already you have seen with Ajax. MVC with Ajax calls. Okay. So that it is not going to disturbing the other content. Await is for, it is checking that which work is important at present. So we have to give the priority to the first process. Then it is going to complete that. Afterwards, it has to jump to the next process. Okay. So especially for transactions, because joint accounts are there, 2 members are using the same data. At that time, what we have to do? First will be for select operation. Second will be for withdraw operation. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so list out all the things, and we can go with this one from class. One by
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, account details tomorrow.